Isaiah Talbert House has become a stand-in for the Talbert Buggy Factory, which no longer exists. In 1860, Isaiah Talbert and his business partner, David Argerbright, began a carriage shop commonly known as the Mill. During this time, the company began to make its false bottom wagons, which, as the name suggests, were buggies with hidden compartments beneath the floor of the cart. In these spaces, abolitionists would hide fugitive slaves and wheel them through town past unsuspecting individuals. In 1863, Talbert sold out on account of bad health, and W.S. Maddock took his place. Talbert then left for business in Miamisburg, but returned to West Elkton and resumed his position in 1869. During his absence, Talbert was also drafted into the Union Army. He was mustered in on February 11, 1865, as a private in the 185th Ohio Infantry, Company H. His unit worked primarily as guards before being mustered out in Lexington, Kentucky, on September 26, 5 months after the end of the Civil War. In 1869, Talbert returned to West Elkton, where he, along with A. Van Trump and D. L. Wineland, brought out the business from Maddock. In 1871 and 74, Talbert then bought out Van Trump and Wineland's respective shares. That same year, he consolidated his business with the A. Van Trump and Thomas Stubbs sawmill. Both the Buggy Factory and sawmill were located on Lot 40 of West Elkton. The name then changed to Van Trump, Talbert and Company. The next documented event takes place in 1895, in which Isaiah Talbert became the sole owner of the business. It is around this time when it was renamed Talbert & Sons. In the 1900 census, Isaiah is listed as carriage builder. His sons Bert, Charles, and Lee are carriage smith, carriage painter, and carriage trimmer, respectively. Living with the family at the time were two boarders, Charles Taylor and George Schneider, both of whom were in the carriage business, likely Talberts as well. In the same census, his then 22-year-old daughter, Edith's occupation was listed as bookkeeper, a role I suspect she played in the family business, a bit unusual for a young woman at the time. It was also in 1900 that Isaiah Talbert built the Talbert home. According to the auditor's office, it has remained largely unchanged throughout its 125 years. The only improvements have been the frame garage and a lean-to, the age of which is uncertain. Of course, personal touches have been added with each new owner, but the layout has remained the same. We'll revisit this more in a minute. By 1912, Talbert had acquired 2 buildings for his business. The factory itself was located on the western side of where Beechwood Avenue and Poplar Street meet. The showroom and office were located at the southeast corner of 503 and Beechwood Avenue. However, on Saturday evening, June 13, 1914, disaster struck when a fire broke out in the blacksmith shop. It quickly spread to the buggy shop and sawmill. All contents were lost. Newspapers at the time estimated the damage to have been between $40,000 and $50,000, or between $1.2 and $1.6 million today. There was no insurance. The next day, hundreds of visitors flocked to West Elkton to view the ruins. Talbert rebuilt, this time adding services which include the painting and repairing of automobiles and motor trucks. It is unclear just how long the buggy shop lasted after rebranding. Isaiah died in 1925, and by 1930, his sole son, who remained in the business with him, had become a real estate salesman. In the following years, the lots were repurposed as Johnny Vanna's feed store in 1946, Hubbard and Robert Stubbs feed mill in 1953, Tommy Wells Ferguson tractor distributor in 1954, and then purchased by Walter Maddox in 1956. It should be noted that sometime before or during these transfers, Lot 40 was split into 3 parcels, each having their own unique history. Although the Buggy Factory and showroom are no longer, the Talbert House itself stands testament to a legacy. In fact, the home remained entirely within the Talbert family from its inception until 2013, when Jonathan and Tiffany Berter purchased it. The owners have been as follows: Isaiah Talbert from 1900 to 1925, wife Dorinda Talbert, and estate from 1925 to 1935, Children Lee and Edith Talbert from 1935 to 1949, Lee's wife Catherine from 1943 to 1983, their son Corin and wife Mary from 1983 to 2013, and the Birders family since then. When it comes to the Talbert family, each one honored the legacy of those before them. After all, Corin Talbert, grandson of Isaiah, lived in the family's home until his death, and even donated one of the Talbert buggies to us at the Preble County Historical Society. For them, the name Talbert & Sons was more than just a business name. It was their passing of knowledge and admiration of history to their children. It is ironic now that Jonathan and Tiffany Birder are raising their 3 sons in the very same house, as the Talbert men have left them with some lofty expectations.